Cap KVUE's Drew Miller explains.
According to the Washington Department of Corrections, as of October 2nd, there were only 28 active cases of COVID-19 statewide. The total number of confirmed cases, 486, yet 456 inmates have recovered. But unfortunately, 2 people have died because of the virus. Compared to Oregon's 164 active cases, just under 1,100 cases in total, 902 recoveries, and 12 deaths. Both states deciding to change protocol for safety, including their educational programs.
So spring quarter, we had to stop all face-to-face in-person classes and do what we can with distance education, which meant for us paper packet delivery.
Because of the drop in cases, Washington correctional education administrators are reopening up the classrooms, but with limitations. New safety measures include reduced class sizes, mandatory face covering requirements, and frequent cleaning. The majority of classes are running on a hybrid learning model. They use laptops with preloaded lessons and do assignments with pre-printed packets. The DOC says education is key for when the inmates return to society.
97% of those in prison will be released to our communities. They will be our neighbors eventually. And this is giving them the tools needed to, as I said, get out and stay out and be productive members of society.
So if teachers are allowed inside the classroom, it raises the question, when will in-person visitations be allowed? The Washington DOC says visitations are not allowed at this time, but they do plan on allowing them in the near future. I'm Drew Miller for Cap KVUE Local News.
Thank you, Drew. The Pasco School District is asking for feedback when it comes to blended learning. Specifically, they want parents' input on children returning to school. The district says with COVID numbers in Franklin County dropping, they are preparing for students to be back in the classroom. Officials adding input is one of the most important parts in blended learning. That survey link is available on the Pasco School District's Facebook page. And over in Richland, their school district is holding an informational meeting tonight, talking about its plans for getting kids back in the classrooms and to hear from parents. If you want to check that out, we have a link available on our website, yaktrinews.com. And of course, Kennewick schools plan to start hybrid learning on Monday. And let's go ahead and talk some weather with Mr. Jason Valentine.
Yes, a lot going on. We're seeing winds pick up today, a little bit of cloud coverage, but still warm temperatures.
Oh, yeah.
But this weekend, snow. Yes, snow in the upper elevations of the mountains. So our first appearance in some time. Let's take a look at that radar. You wouldn't know it today. A little bit of shower activity going on well north of us and in the Puget Sound area. And as we move into the evening hours, we are very warm. 82 in the Tri-Cities. Again, winds slowly starting to pick up. Winds are picking up a little bit more in Yakima, 76 there. Tomorrow, we'll see a little bit of cooler temperatures, and then, my goodness, by Saturday, shower activity, as I said, in the upper elevations, some snow. All that in my full forecast coming up.
Thank you, Jason. Well, tonight, our community is coming together in support of Ashley Guevara's family. You may remember she was the young woman killed in a hit and run after falling out of a moving car this past weekend. Cap KVUE's Neil Fisher is live where it happened. Neil.
That's right. The community is coming together to help support her family. This, as the Kennewick Police Department is receiving more information on what happened Sunday. The Kennewick Police Department said a 23-year-old man came forward Wednesday afternoon who was driving another vehicle that ran over Guevara.
So we've identified the driver of the second vehicle, and our investigators have spoken to that person. They spoke to him yesterday. We have the second vehicle in our possession, and we have arranged for the Washington State Patrol Crime Lab to come to our location to do a forensic examination of both that vehicle and the vehicle that the victim were in.
Lieutenant Aaron Clem with the Kennewick Police Department said any information found by the Washington State Crime Lab could be in the hands of a prosecuting attorney in 2 to 3 weeks.
The information is currently incomplete. The investigation is not done. When the investigation is done, our investigators will work with prosecuting attorney, provide them with a report, and then they will determine whether or not any charges will be filed and what those charges will be.
Meanwhile, over 150 people have donated money to support Guevara's family and have raised nearly $11,000. A local business owner who spoke with Guevara often is now collecting donations as well.
With whatever donations we raise, I'm going to match that in the sense of we're going to double that and give that to the families. It was put on my heart just to give back to Ashley's family because she has been one of my most supportive customers. She's been with me since the day I started. She loved the Gushers and I think the peach rings and Sour Punch Bites.
Amber, who owns La Rosa Picosa Candy, has a booth set up at Middleton's Fall Festival, and you can help donate there, or you can donate by going to the GoFundMe, which will be on our website later tonight. Reporting live in Kennewick, Neil Fisher, KEPKView Local News.
Thank you so much, Neil. Well, last night's gubernatorial debate posing a lot of questions after statements were made by Governor Inslee's opponent, Loren Culp.
The federal government sent $29 per patient per day for nursing homes for extra staff, extra equipment. And this governor said, no, we're not sending them $29 per day for extra staff and extra equipment in nursing homes. We're only sending them $5 a day. I would like to know where the rest of that money's going because it came up to about $41 million, I believe.
We did some digging into this claim and found out that at the beginning of the pandemic, nursing homes were indeed getting that $29 payment. Washington Healthcare Association says the money was a part of the increased Medicare funding going to our most vulnerable population. Now they say it's down to $5 per patient per day, and it's not clear where that extra money has gone. And we did try to reach out to Governor Inslee to get some answers, but he was not available for our questions.
And of course, last night we also saw Vice President Mike Pence and Democratic Vice Presidential nominee Kamala Harris face off in their only debate of the 2020 election. Coronavirus, of course, was a big topic. Senator Harris criticized the Trump administration for not releasing information about the virus and not setting up nationwide rules to try and control it.
Today, they still don't have a plan. They still don't have a plan. Well, Joe Biden does. And our plan is about what we need to do around a national strategy for contact tracing, for testing, for administration of the vaccine, and making sure that it will be free for all.
When you look at the Biden plan, it reads an awful lot like what President Trump and I and our task force have been doing every step of the way. I mean, quite frankly, when I look at their plan that talks about advancing testing, creating new PPE, developing a vaccine, it looks a little bit like plagiarism.
The debate moderator also asked whether Senator Harris would take a vaccine when it's available. Here's what she said.
If the public health professionals, if Dr. Fauci, if the doctors tell us that we should take it, I'll be the first in line to take it. Absolutely. But if Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
The fact that you continue to undermine public confidence in a vaccine, if the vaccine emerges during the Trump administration, I think is unconscionable. And Senator, I just ask you, stop playing politics with people's lives.
So right now, plans for the next presidential debate are up in the air. President Trump, of course, has tested positive for coronavirus. Technically, he should be out of the recommended isolation period by the time October 15th rolls around. But the Commission on Presidential Debates wants to hold a virtual debate anyway. The president says he won't do it. The commission says they won't change the debate schedule. Meanwhile, Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden is already making plans for an ABC News town hall the same night the debate was supposed to happen.
Today, the Benton County Election Office had their L&A test to prepare for the upcoming election next month, also known as the Logic and Accuracy Test. It's done for every election in Washington to ensure the machines work properly.
We verify that the ballots we scanned in matches with what we provided the state as the voting pattern.
Let's go through multiple checks to make sure that they are valid. And now we know the pandemic has been hard on city budgets across the board, and many have been facing cuts. But today, the Yakima Police Department told council members their budget is balanced, and they just might be able to give some of that money back. KEPKView's Emily Goodell has the story.
The public should know that we are very frugal. We are very good at managing our budget. Last year, we returned, I believe, close to $1.7 million to the city. We intentionally did not buy police cars last year, replacement police cars, which was a savings of about $600,000.
Yakima Police Chief Matt Murray says this year is no different.
This year, we will also be assisting the city with some budget challenges, and primarily through jail cost savings. COVID has limited our ability to put some people in jail, but that's also reduced the cost.
Murray says the department's staffing is better than it has been in a long time.
We did not have to cut any police positions to balance the budget this year. We are almost fully staffed, and I anticipate being fully staffed in early 2021. That's really important for us. That's really important for the city. That's going to enable us to do a lot more things to reduce violent crime.
They're using some of those savings to add a new position.
One of the ways we need to increase our transparency is to hire a public information officer.
Budget talks will continue next week with a virtual study session at 9 a.m. on Tuesday. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Cap KVUE Local News.
Let's go ahead and take a live look outside in Kennewick.
Yeah.
Jason, what's going on today?
A little bit of cloud coverage coming through all of our areas. And again, winds picking up, especially in the Yakima Valley. And those showers on the way with snow in the mountains. All of your forecasts coming right up.
Still ahead on Cap KVUE Local News at 5 o'clock, we're hearing from Richland's new superintendent about how she's working to make sure every student is treated fairly.
Give back to those who need it most during the 19th annual Oktoberfest at McCurley Integrity Subaru. Every vehicle sold helps us reach our goal to help those in need. Celebrate with us with financing as low as 0% for up to 63 months on nearly all remaining 2020 Subarus. Or lease the 2020 Subaru Outback for only $229 a month. Bring your non-perishable food donation to McCurley Integrity Subaru and save during the 19th annual Oktoberfest.
With Larson's new Storage Hero portable containers, it's never been easier. The process is simple. Schedule your storage or move with Larson, and soon enough, a Larson professional will arrive with your personal container. Larson uses state-of-the-art moving technology to ensure that your property isn't damaged by bulky equipment. Our moving experts safely place the container in your driveway or on the curb, where you can load and store at your own pace. Larson Transfer, a better way to move and store.
Many people who deserve Social Security, disability, and workers' compensation benefits are denied.
If you were denied, you want an experienced attorney's personal attention.
I personally handle each workers' comp case.
And I personally handle each Social Security disability case.
If you can't work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call toll-free 1-888-665-8630. Bothwell and Hamill.
Politicians boast of resumes, law degrees, and hobnobbing with elites. What do we get? Homeless camps, riots, wrecked economy. And then there's released prisoners, the unemployment fraud scandal, and maggot apples. Sick of suffering? Lauren Culp is one of us. He's a veteran, police officer, businessman. He has house and car payments, a job, and common sense. Lauren Culp cares about the Constitution, equal rights, Washington families. Let's elect Lauren Culp governor.
I'm Lauren Culp, and I approve this message.
Drama this soon is crazy.
You want clarity.
I'm not done yet.
Get out of here.
Clarification.
You just don't know when it's going to happen.
But you don't have top secret clearance.
Congratulations, you've just blown up The Bachelorette.
The Bachelorette premieres Tuesday on ABC.
Next ET, from James Bond to Jurassic World.
There are protocols galore. We're going to be very safe, I think.
The latest on productions affected by the pandemic.
We are devastated.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Cap KVUE.
It was like an anvil sitting there on my chest.
It's like you're underwater and you never get to the top.
It felt like there was something in my body mutating.
I just couldn't get up.
The fever is so high. It took forever to recover. It's like you're drowning. Everything hurt. I couldn't catch my breath.
I thought I was going to die.
Killed my wife.
Friend.
Grandpa.
Mom.
Neighbor.
Dad.
Child.
It was a Saturday. Chris was a good dad. His water practices, not so much. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Culligan. Got a water pitcher for the fam.
pretty safe, huh?
Well, basic water pitchers are passable, whereas a Culligan reverse osmosis system can reduce lead, arsenic, pesticide runoff.
Do you realize these have filters?
Chris, pour it out.
Not going fast enough. Just done with that.
Own a reverse osmosis and water softener for only $60 per month.
The Act Tri News app in the App Store and Google Play from Cap KV Local News.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, the Richland School District is taking steps to ensure a safe, inclusive environment for their students. Cap KV's Shelby Schumacher talked to the new superintendent about her plans for equality moving forward.
This is an interesting time to become a superintendent in a school district. Fortunately, I know Richland very well.
That's Dr. Shelley Redinger, the new superintendent of the Richland School District. She started her career in Richland and recently returned to become superintendent in the midst of a pandemic. She also faced concerns from alumni and community members over racial equity in the schools.
Discussions can be divisive if not handled correctly and appropriately, and can make a community go backwards rather than forward. So having been through this in other states, Virginia, and then of course in Spokane, and then in Oregon, I think I've kind of figured out some strategies to help the work move forward and not be divisive.
A main part of the plan, listening.
Student voice is very, very important to me, so I will continue Dr. Schulte's student advisory group, and then I also will be adding a middle school advisory group.
Other groups include an equity and diversity work group and a community advisory group.
Getting the right people on that committee to help the work move forward will be critical. So we will have an application process, and we're really looking for diverse community members to be on that committee.
Redinger says she's going to be looking at the numbers and listening to community members' concerns to build a stronger district.
Hopefully this plan we've come up with will help us move forward as an entire community and not divide us.
Reporting in Richland, I'm Shelby Schumacher for Cap KVU Local News.
Well, a local business owner is opening up a new shop. You may know Joel Watson from Just Joel's Diner in Kennewick. Well, now he co-owns Joel's Exotic Sodas and Snacks. The store opened this week. Customers can choose snacks ranging from sodas, boxed mac and cheese, cookies, and candy. What makes them exotic is all of these foods are from different countries.
People like nice stuff, you know? People like nice purses, people like nice cologne, nice shoes, nice cars. Some people like nice snacks and sodas. I'm one of those people.
If you want to try some of these treats out for yourself, the store is open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week at the Green To Go on Columbia Drive.
Now, Cap KVU First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Thursday evening, everyone. We've almost made it to the weekend, and cloud coverage has started to come in. And yes, we're starting to see some wind as well. And we're going to see the wind stick around as we head into, well, tomorrow and the weekend. It'll pick up even more on Saturday with those showers. And again, like I said, snow in the upper elevations of the mountains. All right, right around the mid to upper 70s, lower 80s in a few places. So we're starting to lose a little bit of that heat, and we're going to continue to. But then that big drop coming Friday into Saturday. So winds starting to pick up. 23-mile-per-hour winds, Pendleton, 18 for Hermiston, 21 for Ellensburg. Expect around 10 to 15-mile-per-hour winds tomorrow. Again, heavier in Pendleton and Ellensburg. As we get into the weekend, though, could see gusts in the 25-mile-per-hour range. So just get ready for winds to be kicking up with those shower activity coming in. And right now we're seeing a little bit of shower activity way to the north Puget Sound region, but a pretty thick band of clouds. Things should clear up a bit as we head into our overnight period. But taking a look at our futurecast, and just get ready for, well, if it would click, we're going to be seeing shower activity coming on in. Watch this push just come right through. It's going to be very early Saturday, last through the afternoon, and maybe some shower activity here and there as we get into Sunday. So smoke has been starting to, well, thicken up a bit. We're in the moderate range right now, all the way from Spokane down to Oregon. So we hope this storm should do a lot in the case of getting rid of most of the smoke, at least temporarily. So as we head into our overnight period, just get ready for, again, clouds to dissipate just a little bit. Overnight lows staying warm, though, right around that 50-degree mark. As we head into our Friday, and I'm calling it, Maddie, the unofficial end of summer. We're going to be in the mid to upper 70s with partly cloudy skies. So, and again, expect winds to be right around 10 miles per hour or so. So a little off or a little more than we saw today. But then 65 Saturday, 90% chance of showers, mid to upper 60s for the rest of, well, the weekend and our work week. So cooler temperatures will be taking grip as we get into Saturday. So 40% chance of showers in Yakima. Still, I very much think we will see it. And then Tuesday, looking at a good chance in Sunday evening as well. If you're doing traveling, Snoqualmie Pass should be all right. White Pass and Stevens Pass, though, we'll see a little bit of rain-snow mix.